Have you ever wondered if an entire city could just win everything? Well, that's pretty much the question facing Brisbane this weekend, as it stands on the edge of a truly massive sporting achievement. Seriously? This is a question that's buzzing all over Brisbane right now. The city is on the very brink of making history. Can they actually pull off this ultimate trifecta? It's a huge ask. You see, the first piece of this giant puzzle is already locked in. The Brisbane Lions, they've already snagged the AFL Premiership. That's the big one in Aussie rules football. So now, every single eye in the country is turning to the Rugby League finals. The NRL and NRLW, where two more Brisbane teams have a shot at completing this incredibly rare clean sweep. Okay, let's dive into the men's final first. And trust me, this is not just any old game. Nope. This is a showdown absolutely packed with history, a bit of controversy, and a whole lot of desire for redemption. So, in one corner, you've got the Brisbane Broncos. They're kind of the comeback kids, you know? They're fighting for their first championship title since way back in 2006. And in the other corner, the Melbourne Storm. These guys are a modern-day powerhouse, a team that has just consistently dominated the league for years. And get this, it's been almost 20 years since these two clubs last faced off in a grand final. Since then, their stories couldn't be more different. The Storm went on to win multiple titles, although it's worth noting 2 of those were controversially stripped because they broke the salary cap rules, basically spending way more on players than they were allowed to. Meanwhile, the Broncos have been on this long, tough journey just to get back to the big dance. And that long road back, it led them to last year's grand final, an incredible run that ended in just absolute heartbreak. And it all came down to this number. 2 points. That's it. That was the tiny margin that separated them from glory. So for the Broncos, you have to understand, this isn't just another game. This is about redemption. It's about finally getting rid of the ghosts of a loss that was snatched away from them in the final seconds. You can't imagine a team being more motivated. But hang on, because the men's final is only half of the story this weekend. The women's NRLW final has an equally amazing narrative. We're talking a true clash of the titans, a battle for ultimate dominance in the women's game. I mean, just look at the history here. Since the Women's League kicked off back in 2018, it's really been the story of 2 absolute powerhouses, the Brisbane Broncos and the Sydney Roosters. Between the 2 of them, they've won most of the championships. And guess what? This weekend, they face off once again. And this is what's really at stake, what I find so fascinating. Brisbane is on the hunt for a record-setting 4th title. The Sydney Roosters, they're trying to win their 3rd. So this isn't just about adding one more trophy to the cabinet. This is about legacy. This one game could very well decide who gets to be remembered as the league's first real dynasty. Oh, and here's the kicker. The Roosters aren't just some rival. They are undefeated this whole season. And who was the one team to hand the Broncos their only loss this year? Yep, you guessed it, the Roosters. For Brisbane, the stakes could not possibly be any higher. It's a huge mountain to climb. So the drama on the field is obviously immense. But the grand final itself is this massive spectacle, right? And just days before kickoff, the whole spectacle was thrown into a bit of chaos. Yeah, there was some real last-minute drama. And it was all about the main musical act, the American superstar Teddy Swims. He had to cancel some other shows just days before the final because of health issues, and it left everyone wondering, is the halftime show even going to happen? Well, thankfully, the NRL has put all those fears to bed. The league's general manager came out and confirmed that Teddy Swims will absolutely be performing at both games. So that's a relief. It ensures the big day will have all the star power to match the incredible action on the field. So let's just pull this all together for a second. This weekend, you have 2 different Brisbane Broncos teams playing in 2 massive grand finals. An entire city is holding its breath, dreaming of that historic trifecta to top off the Lions' AFL Premiership win. And it's all going down at Stadium Australia in Sydney. So, just 2 games. That's all that separates an entire city from sporting glory and from earning the undisputed title of Australia's football capital. Whether they pull it off or fall just short, one thing is absolutely for sure. This Sunday is going to be a defining moment for the city of Brisbane